Hello, my name is Jeremy Finger with Riverbend Wealth Management, and we have with us today Bryan Lenertz with Anderson Brothers Bank. He's going to talk to us a little bit about how a local bank um, handles things a little bit differently than maybe some of the larger institutions out there. So thank you very much, Bryan Lenertz, for your time today. And if you would, just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and the bank.
Sure. Bryan Lenertz with Anderson Brothers Bank here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm over top of everything in Horry County for the bank and helping drive the development of the county with Anderson Brothers and growth and things like that. And been in the area for about 18 years.
Thank you, Bryan. Thank you. Could you just tell us a little bit about how a local bank may be a little bit different and how you handle situations different than maybe a larger institution?
Yeah, one of the benefits, of working at a community bank is that you have a little bit more freedom instead of, they say, at a bigger bank, the loan has to be in the box. So you're allowed to put a little bit more thinking into it or a little bit market knowledge into decision making. And I tell you, somewhere that might or will come into play is 2020 as people get their tax returns done. And we've been through this, wild ride. And the numbers are definitely going to be off. So you're going to need a bank that's able to apply some common sense and do stuff because, looking at cash flows and things like that, if you're a bank that just does it in the box, those numbers aren't going to look good for 2020. You're going to have borrowing problems. But, fortunately, we've got some freedom to apply that common sense and make, business decisions for, helping a lot of we bank a ton of local community, local businesses and retail customers. So that's a big part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So in other words, instead of it being almost cookie cutter and having to fit into a box, so to speak, you could talk things through with the client and get a better understanding of the business itself and maneuver around potential potholes if needed to give them more flexibility so that you could help them through the situation.
Yeah, we're able to make local decisions. Like I said, headquarters is in Mullins over in Marion County next door. And, Mr. Anderson, president, gives me a little bit of freedom to, make these decisions. So when you walk in the door, sit down, talk to me, I can help one-on-one make a decision with you, try to make the right decision. Where if you go to a different bank, you might get a decision out of Charleston or Charlotte, somewhere else. And it's night and day, man.
Right. Well, I'll tell you this firsthand with some of my clients, Bryan, that number one, you reached out to people on this PPP loan, which was extremely beneficial. Number two, you shared with a lot of our clients exactly how to what you needed on your end to help the client get their funding, and then also funding extremely fast. So in times of turmoil, it really takes somebody who can maneuver to be able to get things done quickly and take advantage of the situation versus having it be a problem.
Yeah, PPP stimulus was it was exhausting but fun. I explained it to somebody like it was like you were drowning but enjoying it. It's so many people. Because we all knew the first round that the money was going to run out, so it was first come first serve. And
right.
We worked weekends, nights, and we're just trying to get. You felt a little bit of guilt. Every one that you did not do might be a company that couldn't give their employees paychecks. So
yeah.
Wanting to help people, it was all hands on deck, and we did over 1,700 loans we did $90 million in stimulus money for the area.
My goodness! Well, congratulations. So when did you start? When did you and the bank start getting in process for that? I mean, because it wasn't like y'all started on that Friday. I mean, So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Rusty Richardson, our chief operating officer, sort of took the lead on that, and luckily, he dove into it once they announced it, and he started figuring out the bells and whistles for it. And it was sort of we didn't want to be the bank that let our customers down, so we made sure we identified a team, put them all on it to make sure that we knew what we were doing and could take care of people. We just didn't want to look bad to our customers, and it turned out that he worked so hard on it that he got it done, right and well, and we were able to just jump on it really quick. And it was very rewarding to be able to. I had a couple customers almost in tears that they might have had to shut down or they would have had to lay off 20 employees,
wow.
Stuff like that, and that's rewarding.
That's fantastic. How early in the game did you have to be? I mean, does it 2 weeks y'all had to work beforehand, or 1 week, or 3 weeks? What was?
He probably put in, at least 10 days of, he basically just buried himself in it, and everything else had to go to the sidelines trying to get ready for it because it was a brand new program and everything to all of us. None of us had seen or heard it,
Right.
for that. And then the government says, here's the rules, here's what you got to do. And we had to, you have to sift through it all and all the documents and then get rolling.
That's right. Yeah. And when things are uncertain, it really takes a quick maneuverability to make things happen in a positive way. Do you got any examples of like, and you obviously you don't disclose any information, but on some situations where you were able to help people in this situation, or how were you able to maneuver and help somebody whereas it didn't fit in a box in some other bank?
With the stimulus, no, but right now with customers, example, in Myrtle Beach, a lot of our businesses are seasonal, so they don't do the same principal and interest payment for 12 months. It's not the same. They pay big chunks of principal in the summertime when all the tourists come and all that stuff. So right now during these times, we missed April and May for the most part. They didn't take any money, so we're working with a lot of them now, saying, hey, we're refiguring how they can pay us. There's some customers that are just P&I monthly. They had no income March or April. The putt-putts were shut down. If you have a putt-putt, I've got a putt-putt customer. They had no business, and they had zero business in March and April. They're like, I can't make my payments. Well, we're working with them, and we live here. We know that. We know that it's shut down, and they didn't do anything to cause their own problems. So we're doing all we can to restructure those payments, push them back, defer them, and just try to be human about it.
That's right. That's fantastic. All right. Well, good. Bryan, and really being able to have the boots on the ground, being able to see it from the customer's point of view and work with them, it's certainly got to give them a lot of comfort.
It's a lot. Yeah, it is. And, it's a lot like you do at Riverbend. I mean, you started Riverbend, and, you and I talked about it a few times, and I was happy to see you do that. So you could actually help your customers with what they truly needed instead of being in a corporate world or this or that. And, it's been fun to watch you be there and grow that. And,
it really has. Thank you, Bryan. Thank you. It has been extremely rewarding to being able to have the flexibility and the autonomy to be able to help the customer the way that really they should be helped. So I appreciate that. Well, good. Well, Bryan, I thank you very much. Any other thoughts that would be helpful for a potential client or customer out there to know a little bit more about Anderson Brothers Bank?
No, just a little bit geographically. I mean, we go from Florence to the beach, Georgetown up to North Myrtle Beach, but cover all of Horry County and further inland, Hemingway, Johnsonville. So just truly a community bank in a lot of small rural areas and in Myrtle Beach. So we'd be happy to talk and help anybody. There's a lot of people that I help or meet with that they don't end up banking here, but I try to help people. It's one of the things I like to do just in life is help people. So our door's always open, and most of the time we'd end up doing business together, and it's a fun place to bank and do business.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it. Matter of fact, I sent somebody over there to you who wasn't doing business with Anderson Brothers Bank. Their bank was a little bit dragging their feet on the PPP, and you were able to help them within, I think it was probably within 5 days, which is unheard of. But how would they get in contact with you or the bank? Can you share a little bit of that contact information? Who should they call?
Yeah, sure. The direct line is 843-712-2235, and they can email me. My email is Bryan, Bryan, L as in loan, Bryan L @abbank.com.
Perfect, Bryan. I appreciate it. And the contact information is going to be in the description below. Again, my name is Jeremy Finger with Riverbend Wealth Management, and I've been the pleasure speaking with Bryan Lenertz with Anderson Brothers Bank.
Yep, appreciate the opportunity, bud.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks for saying